In the event of an emergency evacuation, please follow these guidelines. If you are seated in the lower rows of level 100, please walk down the stairs to the floor, proceed through the nearest portal, and exit the building. For the upper rows of level 100, walk up the stairs to the concourse and exit through the nearest doors. Those seated in 200, 300, or loge seating, walk downstairs to the concourse to exit through the nearest doors. Elevators will not be in service, but event staff will be available to guide and assist you.
and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Thompson-Boling Arena and today's commencement exercises. This day represents a milestone accomplishment in the lives of our students. For this reason, we ask that students and guests remain for the entire commencement ceremony. Please remember that this is a formal academic ceremony and appropriate decorum is expected. Please be respectful throughout the ceremony and remember that the focus of the day is on our students. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, all our graduates will be asked to exit up the stands to the concourse level of the arena. Guests will not be allowed to come to the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional led by the 2022 graduates. The members of the faculty are led by College Marshal Dr. Carol Myers, and the members of the stage party are led by Provost John Zumchik and College of Nursing Dean Victoria Niederhauser. It includes special guests and college administration. we begin today's ceremony with the singing of our national anthem. Please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your hats. Everyone else, please welcome the School of Music, Tennessee Brass, and vocalist Sabrina Sherrington from the School of Music and singing the Star Spangled Banner. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Tennessee College of Nursing Commencement. My name is Dr. Kim Brown. I'm a faculty member at the College of Nursing, and I'll be your host today. What a privilege it is to welcome you as our special guest to this, the College of Nursing's commencement ceremony. We are here to salute the graduating students and to recognize the nursing faculty for their efforts in contributing to the success of the students we honor today. We're so glad you were able to join us to celebrate the accomplishments of the 2022 College of Nursing graduates. It's now my pleasure to welcome our Dean, Dr. Victoria Niederhauser, to provide a few remarks. Dr. Niederhauser earned a doctorate in public health from the University of Hawaii. She has a master's in nursing from Boston College, a bachelor's in nursing from the University of Massachusetts, and a diploma from Bridgeport Hospital School of Nursing. Dean Niederhauser is a Robert Wood Johnson Executive Nurse Fellow and a Fellow in the American Academy of Nursing.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Good evening. What an exciting day is this today. I am so happy to be here to celebrate the accomplishments of the College of Nursing class of 2022. I want to thank you for joining us to commemorate this remarkable journey of our graduates. Graduates, job well done. Many of our stellar faculty who work tirelessly to provide the best educational environment for our students are here with us this evening. Faculty members, would you please stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you for all you do. Let me brag a little bit about where we are as a College of Nursing today. We enroll over 1,000 amazing students with plans to expand enrollment to over 1,400 to mitigate the nursing shortage. To accommodate our recent and our future growth, we're breaking ground this fall on an $85 million state-of-the-art nursing building that will triple the size of our education facilities. That is worth a big cheer. We run a nurse-managed clinic providing health care to over 7,000 underserved children each year. And our nurse scientists are conducting cutting-edge research in the area of aging, Alzheimer's disease, caregiving, health technology, and health promotion, just to name a few. The College of Nursing has the good fortune of being on the heart of the campus, next to Circle Park, home of the torchbearer. The torch, shining a beacon of light, reminds us of what it means to be a Tennessee volunteer. Lying beneath the brilliant eternal flame, etched in bronze, is the volunteer creed. It reads, "One that beareth a torch shadows oneself to give light to others." One of our annual traditions for our incoming undergraduate nursing students is to gather around this beacon of light, dressed in their medical precaution attire, or now as we know it, PPE, for a photo. Although this is a fun tradition, it also symbolizes the beginning of a profession of dedication to caring for others, of being in the shadow to give light to others. Nurses, the largest segment of the healthcare workforce by far, have a long history of being a bright light in the darkest hours. Exactly 2 years and 2 months ago, the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. Just as a torchbearer's eternal flame holds fast through rain, sleet, and snow, over the past 2 years, these graduates have weathered the storm. In fact, they didn't just survive, they thrived with determination, persistence, and grace. Together, these graduates administered over 40,000 COVID vaccines. They screened thousands of people attending campus events. They participated in COVID testing of fellow vols living in dorms. They adapted to virtual simulated learning, and they were flexible when their clinical rotations were altered because of changing rules and regulations. But this doesn't surprise me in the least bit. After all, these graduates are not just nurses, advanced nurses, and nurse scientists. They're vol nurses. In closing, I leave you with a thought from 2 of our graduates here today. One student said, "If I'm honest, being a big girl nurse terrifies me. I sometimes feel like a baby nurse about to take a blood pressure for the first time in health assessment. Although I'm scared, I'm honored and privileged that I'm going to be in a profession where I get to help people every day, and I couldn't picture myself doing anything but that." And another remarked, "In a world with so much political strife, global disease, and vulnerable populations, nursing stands out as one profession dedicated to putting one's own biases aside to provide non-discriminatory care to all, regardless of beliefs, religion, race, gender, ethnicity, or socioeconomic status. Nurses stand as the profession that serves all. Every nurse devotes his or her career to this truth. Nursing is more than medicine and intervention. It's compassion, empathy, and a heart for service for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you that on the hallowed hills here in Tennessee, these nursing graduates are beacons shining bright. Thank you.
At commencement, a representative of the graduating class is selected to bring greetings on behalf of their classmates. Elizabeth Martin, a graduate of the baccalaureate in Nursing program and the Student Nurses Association president, will be our first speaker. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Martin.
Good evening. I would like to begin by thanking everyone for being here today in order to celebrate this amazing accomplishment with us. I would also like to thank my cohort for electing me to be the Student Nurses Association president this past year and for allowing me to speak today. Being in this position has been such an honor. I truly cannot believe that this day has finally come. It seems like just yesterday that we each got our first set of gray scrubs, laced up our pristine white shoes, and tried out our big orange stethoscopes for the very first time. I think it's safe to say that none of us truly knew what we were getting ourselves into then. Back in those days, I had never heard of an ADPI or an S-bar. I had no idea that proper hand washing can only be mastered by using a simple 15-step process. I didn't know that a person could select a correct answer on a test and then find out that it was not the most correct answer. I had no idea that I would spend so many nights surrounded by my fellow nursing students trying to prepare for our next exam, and then for the next 5 exams after that. Back then, I did not know the difference a nurse can make. I didn't know that I would hold the hands of critically ill patients or that I would provide comfort to a patient with a new diagnosis. I didn't know that I would see human beings take their very first breaths, and I didn't know that I would see people take their last breaths either. I never knew that I would think of my patients hours after my shift had ended, just hoping that they would get better soon. I never knew that I would hug my classmates at the end of a tough shift because they were the only people who truly knew what I was going through at that moment. We're all so different than we were at the beginning of nursing school. Our beautiful gray scrubs have stains now, our pristine white shoes are scuffed, and our big orange stethoscopes have touched more people's hearts than we could have ever imagined. At the beginning of nursing school, they asked us why we wanted to be nurses, and we all said different variations of the same thing. We wanted to help people. Like so many nurses that have come before us, the students in this cohort have dedicated their lives to caring for others. However, this cohort is different. We began nursing school in 2020 and have been brought up in a global pandemic. Through a time of panic and fear, the class of 2022 answered a vital call. We learned to nurse on the front lines and faced more unprecedented circumstances than we could have ever imagined. When hospitals were overflowing with patients and resources were scarce, we did not turn back. Not only are we nurses, we're volunteer nurses. A dedication to serving our patients and communities runs deep within every single one of us. I'm extremely proud to say that every undergraduate student sitting before me has completed a minimum of 120 community service hours apiece to those in need in the Knoxville community. In addition, each student has spent countless clinical hours at the bedside, tirelessly preparing so that they can provide amazing care to patients as RNs. It was Mr. Fred Rogers who once said that in times of great struggle, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. I can say with confidence that the graduates sitting before me today are exactly who he was referring to. The students in this cohort will help the world become a better place, and we will never forget the people who helped us throughout this journey. We could never have completed our nursing school without the encouragement and support of the faculty and staff in the College of Nursing. Your hard work and dedication to our success gave us the confidence to make it through the most difficult days of our education. You've taught us so much more than facts and skills. You've taught us the art of compassion for strangers and the importance of resilience in the face of difficulty. You've encouraged us to keep going, even when it felt impossible to do so. I thank you for your unwavering commitment to our success. I would also like to thank all of our friends and family that have come today to celebrate our achievement. In particular, for me, I want to thank my mom, my dad, my brother, and Jack. Through every late-night study session, panic attack, and moment of weakness, our supporters have stood by our side. You've helped carry us to the finish line, and we would not be here without your support. We cannot thank you enough for believing in us, even when we did not believe in ourselves. As we all embark on our new paths, whether that be the ICU, the emergency room, labor and delivery, or grad school, I know that the students before me are destined to change patients' lives. I cannot wait to say what we all do next. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it. Thank you.
Our second speaker is Corey A. Burge. Corey graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of Tennessee here in Knoxville. Burge is a registered nurse with experience in cardiopulmonary and medical surgical intermediate care. He's completing his DNP with a concentration in nurse executive leadership. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Corey Burge.
Dr. Brown, distinguished faculty, family, friends, guests, and colleagues, it's my honor today to stand in front of this outstanding graduate class of clinicians, scholars, and leaders who are defining the future of our profession. When I was reflecting on what my message should deliver today, I thought back to two key moments in my academic career thus far. And the first message is one of gratitude. After I successfully defended my scholarly project and logged off of the Zoom, I immediately thought of all of those who selflessly helped me get to that point without asking for anything in return. I can't recall the exact course or lecture, but early in our programs, we were introduced to a quote by Sir Isaac Newton, and it reads, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." This quote was presented to us as we began our journey of completing our scholarly projects and dissertations, building off of the work of nursing scholars before us. Unfortunately, I only realized in the moments after my defense, it also applies to those who have mentored and trained us, our family and loved ones who have sacrificed and supported us through our careers in this major accomplishment today. So thank you to each and every one of you who have supported and propelled us here today. The second moment that I reflected on was when I first walked through the doors of our College of Nursing 10 years ago. I walked through those doors to make a positive difference in the lives of my patients, no matter how small. Whether it be only for a moment as I give them a life-saving medication, hold their hand while they receive a difficult diagnosis, or console their family. These are the moments that define our why. We all have a why, the reasoning that validates our personal mission and purpose. Over the past 2 years, we have all lived through moments that have fundamentally challenged our why. In the most recent American Nurses Association Pulse Survey, our profession reports that we are stressed, frustrated, exhausted, and overwhelmed. And as we have learned through our graduate studies and careers, the status of our nation's health and its system is acute. So now, more than ever, we must channel and nurture our why to inspire us to advance the future of health and healthcare in our nation. We must improve the health of our system, not only for our fellow nurses and health professionals, but for the lives of our patients. We must move our why into action, to innovate how we deliver care, to improve how we care for one another, to fill gaps creating equal access to quality care, and to most importantly, promote health equity in our nation. Improving health and healthcare at the highest levels represents a demanding challenge. However, we now have the expertise, knowledge, and passion to innovate. As clinicians, we must provide high-quality, interdisciplinary care that is human-centered and evidence-based, prioritizing connection with our patients and their families. As scholars, we must develop new models of care delivery to improve health outcomes and amplify joy in work. As leaders, we must cultivate an environment that not only prioritizes quality and safety, but well-being and collaborative innovation. As singular individuals, not one of us possesses a clear solution to redefine healthcare. That's because in order to solve our foundational issues, we must work together across the table and across the aisle. Fortunately, we don't have to go back to the drawing board. We are building off of the achievements of clinicians and scholars that have come before us, including many with us today. As we carry our profession forward in our careers to come, those who we train and mentor will build on our work and achieve even greater advancements than us. So in closing today, simply take a moment to connect with your why. Carry it with you into this next phase of your career and use it to inspire those around you to innovate. Thank you.
Due to inclement weather, our guest speaker, G. Ramay Alexander, was unable to join us today. She extends her sincere regrets and wishes all of the graduates best wishes as they continue their journey. It's now time to give special recognition to graduates who have distinguished themselves through academic and clinical achievements. Dr. Tammy Wyatt, Associate Dean for Research, will present honors and awards for outstanding academic achievement.
You will notice that some of the graduates are wearing colored honor cords. The gold, silver, and white cords and tassels signify excellence in academic achievement in the undergraduate program. Graduates wearing a gold cord have a 3.8 to 4.0 GPA. GPAs between 3.65 and 3.79 are signified by a silver cord, and GPAs of 3.5 to 3.64 are signified by white cords. Honor students, please stand so that we can applaud your accomplishments. You may be seated. Membership in Sigma Theta Tau, the International Nursing Honor Society, is signified by wearing a lavender and white cord. Membership in this prestigious honor society denotes excellence in academics and exceptional achievements in nursing. Would members of the Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Phi Kappa Phi is the nation's oldest, largest, and most selective collegiate honor society for all academic disciplines. Would members of Phi Kappa Phi please stand to be recognized? We would now like to recognize the 2022 Volunteer of Distinction Award winners. It is a distinct honor to be named by the University of Tennessee as a Volunteer of Distinction. These students received the awards at the Chancellor's Honors Banquet in April. Would Myers Amick, Mary Bosson, Caitlin Carmichael, Micah Long, Elizabeth Martin, Sarah McLeod, Lauren Munoz, Candace Reed, Alessandra Sane, Taven Santi, Jillian Simpson, Whitney Stone, Alexis Taylor, Megan Tomasek, and Emma Vasaki please stand to be recognized? Dean Niederhauser will now congratulate the following awards. Would Nesma Abdulnabi come forward to receive her Heinz Lanning Award? The Heinz Lanning Award was established by Margaret Hine and Jack Lanning and is presented to the BSN graduate who best reflects the philosophy of the College of Nursing and demonstrates promise of being an outstanding professional nurse. The recipient is selected by student peers and faculty members. The Daisy Foundation was established to ensure that nurses know how deserving they are of our society's profound respect for the education, the brain power, and the skill they put into their work. Today, we are recognizing a student with the Daisy in Training Award and a faculty member with the Daisy Faculty Award. The Daisy in Training Award was created to remind students, even on the hardest days of nursing school, why they want to be a nurse. The Daisy Faculty Award is meant to show appreciation to faculty for their commitment and inspirational influence on nursing students. The recipient of the Daisy in Training Award is Margaret McConnell, and the recipient of the Daisy Faculty Award is Laura Berry. Will you both come forward to accept your awards? Accepting the award for Laura Berry is Dr. Kim Brown. Teaching Excellence Awards are presented to outstanding faculty who teach in the undergraduate and graduate programs. Would the following 4 faculty members please come forward to be recognized? Maria Hurt. Deanna Anderson. Karen Lassiter. And Sandra Thomas. Maria Hurt is receiving the Outstanding Classroom Teaching Award. Deanna Anderson is receiving the Outstanding Clinical Faculty Award. Karen Lassiter is receiving the Graduate Excellence and Clinical Instruction Award. And Sandra Thomas, Graduate Excellence and Didactic Instruction Award.
The PhD in nursing is the highest degree conferred and involves extensive study in philosophy of science, theory construction and testing, and research methodologies. Graduates of a PhD program are nurse scientists who conduct original research that contributes to the body of nursing knowledge. The candidates for PhD degrees will be presented by Dr. Wyatt, hooded by their dissertation chair, and congratulated by Dean Niederhauser and Provost Zomchik.
Carrie Noelle Lingerfeld, hooded by Dr. Sadie Hudson. Tracy Janine Tybals Stanberry, hooded by Dr. Carol Myers. Lauren Renee Munoz, hooded by Dr. Sandra Thomas.
The ever-changing demands of this nation's complex healthcare environment, am I wrong? Require the highest degree of scientific knowledge and practice expertise to assure quality patient outcomes. The Doctor of Nursing Practice is the highest advanced degree, nursing practice degree conferred, and involves comprehensive study in evidence-based practice, leadership theories, quality improvement, and implementation science. Graduates of a DNP program are expert clinicians who translate research into practice, use information technology and health policy to improve the quality of care, and become leaders in complex systems. The candidates for DNP degrees will be presented by Dr. Hudson, hooded by their project committee chair, and congratulated by Dean Niederhauser and Provost Zomchik.
The first students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Samra Abdoli. Abigail Cheatham. Samantha Payne. The next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Allison Neal. Alexis Aspra. Cassie Lee Bivens. Brittany Caudle. Catherine Marie Cole. Mark Timothy Cressup. Caroline Gettelfinger. Stephen Helcom. Cortland Hartness. Anne Catherine Hendershot. Lindsay Nicole King. Brittany Lubin. Austin Robeson. Shelby Stevenson. Maureen Taylor. The next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Tracy Brewer. Jana Wright. Corey Burge. Kylie Chapman. Laura Christine Renner. Laura Claire Moore. The next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Amanda Harper. Molly Catherine Doland. Our next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Mary Johnson. Mallory Belinsky. Chelsea Smith Harden. Curtis Jacob Kress. Jonathan White. The next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Karen Lassiter. Joelle Huron. Jillian Page Harris. Ala Sami Matupsi. The next group of students to be hooded will be hooded by Dr. Allison Neal. Jordan Bentz. Lucy Magda. Lauren Biggers Malt. Kathleen L. Messman. Alessandra Sane. Sarisa Nicole Martinez Sebastian. April Snell.
It has been the tradition in the profession of nursing that BSN graduates wear the pin of their school following graduation. It is the pin which distinguishes graduates from one school and another. Dr. Sadie Hudson, Executive Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, will introduce BSN graduates. The first 7 students in the line are graduates with distinction from our Nursing Honors Program. The Nursing Honors Program is a collection of academically enhanced nursing seminars, courses, and a scholarly project directed by a nursing faculty member. Would faculty mentors please stand to be recognized? The 7 graduates will be honored by Dr. Kathleen Thompson, the Honors Advisor. Dean Niederhauser and Provost Zomchik will congratulate all students.
Julie Anna Stanford Gibson. Margaret Elizabeth Taskett. Emma Grace Vaisaki. Natalie Elizabeth Mead. Krista Nicole Cameron. Sarah Keller. Micah Long. Morgan Olivia Imick. Hannah Elizabeth Anderson. Alyssa Margaret Adams. Abigail Louise Baker. Haley Nicole Benson. Vanessa Claire Betancourt. Mary Kate Busson. Vida Camille Butler. Sari Chang. Siegfried Hans Bohm. Okay. Natalie Bush. Amanda Kala. Courtney Joe Bailey. Shelby Lane Campbell. Alicia Demore. Rebecca Marie Elias. Elizabeth Ann Martin. Linus Cho. Anna Marie Bridgman. Kamar Khalil Ali. Nesma Nihad Abdelnabi. Emma Grace Baker Hogan. Gavin Blakely. Allie Suzanne Brown. Lauren Elizabeth Carradine. Emily Nicole Dermis. Rebecca Boyd Brandon. Holly Del Vecchio. Russell Cunningham. Eugen Cho. Yoonjong Choi. Hannah Burnett. Emma Clifton. Madeline Riley Donahue. Lily Catherine Cole. Carson Clinard Grisham. Julia Clark. Jacqueline Clark. Rachel Christine Cologne. Caitlin Carmichael. Taylor Michelle Carter. Abigail Cavaney Miller. Mackenzie Kavnar. Laurel Mackenzie Barentine. Mary Lee Cowden. Madison Victoria Cavalli. Casey Marie Crownover. Emily Rose Considine. Chelsea Consolini. Amy Du. Jasmine Paige Irvin. Ashley Nicole Foster. Melissa Lynn Freifelder. Madeline Elizabeth Grimes. Peyton Fielder. Macy Feldman. Taya Alexis Shermaine Ruffin. Michael Phillips Darby. Stacy Gaddis. Sydney Gregg. Daly Lauren Davis. Juliana Marie Foreman. Alexandra Lee Gherkin. Phoebe Frances Grossman. Claire Elizabeth Hayes. Catherine Susan Hilleman. Amanda Grace Howard. Lauren Marie Henniger. Logan Olivia Hinch. Caitlin Nicole Hintz. Sarah Michelle Hodges. Megan Hoffman. Lily Alexandra Hopping. Sydney Lee Horner. Christopher Lindsay Huff. Mary Hart. Mariah Lynn Hubbard. Elena Grace Holbert. Ashley Harrison. Taylor Hosmer. Nicole Leishman. Megan Lawless. Jessica Renee Jones. Ty Kim. Britt Klosterman. Lauren Harlow Irvin. Margaret Ashley Lavoy. Tina Lay. Anna Claire Klepsig. Mary Catherine Kidney. Brooke Morgan Jackson. Annika O'Neill. Caitlin McBride. Carly Anderson. Jenna Doak. Haley Henniger. Gabrielle Elizabeth McLaren. Leffler Caroline McManus. Katie Meyer. Taylor Alexandra Mann. Sarah Michelle Morin. Jessica Ann McChesney. Margaret Grace Miller. Christine Marie Karklins. Holly Marie McComas. Heidi Middeke. Savannah Miles. Rachel McAllister. Jordan David Neighbors. Ashlyn Noakes. Marissa Arden Newman. Camille Paige Philippi. Nicole Marie Caponegro. Maggie Ann Piazza. Barkley Ann Laughlin. Jenna Merkunich. Margaret Elizabeth McConnell. Mary Love Myers. Megan Tomasek. Samantha Lynn Vaughter. Katrina Nicole Martin. Brooke Rose Paris. Josie Parsons. Trang Nguyen. Annie Elaine Nelson. Morgan Elizabeth Wentangle. Megan Lime. Megan Laura McLaughlin. Maya Welch. Michaela Dawn Bilodeau. Sarah Rose Ogle. Emily Ann Mullet. Michaela Nicole Nally. Haley Persh. Sarah Regener. Rada Patel. Caitlin Elizabeth Reinhardt. Riley Rayburn. Katie Pendergast. Madison Purette. Kara Rose Robinson. Catherine McCann Reagan. Candace Reed. Lauren Kennedy Skoog. Isabel Rose Way. Mary Rose Swafford. Cheyenne Brianna Simon. Sarah Elizabeth McLeod. Emma Carol House. Elizabeth Grace Roddy. Ellen Green Williams. Emma Seigmund. Alyssa Steffi. Lillian Abigail Sackley. Crimson Deanna Sanders. Samantha Jane Smith. Nolan Pearson. Michael Wayne Smith. Kayla Lane Steele. Brianna Patricia Schroeder. Allison Blake Tadlock. Amanda Claire Schmidl. Shelby Lynn Moore. Tavin Santi. Christopher Michael Sheets. Amanda Marshall Shamp. Alexandra Nicole Taylor. Jillian Noel Simpson. Nicole Wygent. Lindsay Grace Webb. Caitlin Alice Whedon. Amia Walker. Stella Louise Weinkoff. Matthew Wasness. Olivia Claire Wegeman. Michaela Ray Walter. Emily Elizabeth Woods. Zechariah Branson Wooten. Samuel Austin Greeley. Mallory Woods.
Why don't we have one big round of applause for all of our graduates? I would now like to invite the graduates and the faculty members in reciting the Professional Nursing Pledge found on page 20 of your program. Would faculty members and graduates please stand? In full knowledge of obligations I am undertaking, I promise to practice professional nursing with all the skills and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and the religious beliefs of my clients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills to the highest level and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to maintain the high standards set forth by the University of Tennessee, Knoxville College of Nursing, and I will endeavor to contribute to the continued advancement of the nursing profession. Thank you. I know today's graduates will uphold this pledge. It's now my pleasure to bring Provost John Zomchek to the podium to conduct the conferral of the degrees and conclude today's ceremony. You've waited a long time for this moment, and I want you to enjoy it. After your degree has been conferred, I hope you'll celebrate and soak in this moment. As a reminder, when the ceremony ends, all guests and graduates are asked to exit up the stairs to the concourse level, where you're invited to join us for a reception.
Thank you, Dean Niederhauser. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. One more moment before I confer the degrees. I don't know about you, but I feel a great deal of pride and joy here in Thompson-Boling Arena this evening. Pride in the accomplishment of our students, our nurses, our nurse scientists. Joy that we have so many volunteers going forward from this place tonight to do good to everyone that they touch. As they were walking up, I was handing them something, and some of them looked at me and said, "What's this?" It's just a little memento of tonight, something that you can take with you to remind you of this evening. It is, of course, the creed that's inscribed on our torchbearer that Dean Niederhauser has already read out to you. Keep it nearby to remind you of why you were here and what you experienced. Keep it nearby. I was listening as our student speaker said, you've got that big orange stethoscope around your neck to touch the hearts of many. You've already touched the hearts of many, and I can tell that you've touched the hearts of one another. You will go forward to touch the hearts of many. You know, we often think about the torchbearer as the creed bids us to in terms of leading others, shedding light. But there is also warmth in the fire that burns at the corner of Circle Park, right across from your beloved nursing building. And it's that warmth, I hope, that you will carry out to all. I certainly feel it here tonight, and I am as proud as I can be to be a participant in this ceremony. And now to turn to the moment that you've been waiting for. I can see the impatience on your faces. I'll stop talking and confer upon you the degrees that you have earned. Your presence here tonight demonstrates that you have done the work and completed the requirements for your respective degrees. On behalf of the state of Tennessee and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended. Undergraduates, you can move your tassels to your right and to your left, and everyone cheer. proud of you. I hope you remember this moment. We'll close tonight's ceremony, as we always do in all our commencements, with singing of our alma mater. If you don't know the words, you can find them in your program on the very last page. Please sing along with us. After the alma mater is finished, we'll take a minute, let it soak in, and then we'll have one last gesture of celebration before we leave Thompson-Boling Arena this evening. And at that point, the ceremonies will be concluded. I wish you all well. Go Vols! Are you ready for that very last thing? A tradition that we started, yes? I can tell, I can feel it. We're gonna take our hats off and we're gonna throw them as high as our arms can hurl them. At the count of 3, I'll start with 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hip hip hooray!